Hello one all, it's Dr. Stone, chapter 170, staring up at the same moon, and I was wrong. I was so very, very wrong. I figured it'd just be, Stanley himself chasing after Senku and the gang and a speedboat or something. No. It's Stanley and all of his best super soldiers chasing after them in Senku's aircraft carrier. Okay, that's a very, very different situation we're left with right here. Very, very terrifying. I mean, it does make a lot of sense. I've been saying for a while, whatever Stanley takes, probably won't be able to catch up with them with the fuel they'll need and all that. No, they carried in a whole lot of fuel to fill up the boat, so they're good for quite a while, probably. Yeah, way more likely that Senku and the gang are gonna run out of fuel before they do. So that's bad. I mean, on the bright side, these super soldiers are the ones who are probably going to be most against Senku's team, who are staying in Corn City, who are working or trying to rebuild everything. They'd probably be the most obstinate to the new process, and so them out of the way definitely makes things easier for Senku's team to, build up Corn City their own way. Brody's way. I mean, seriously, even here, they're like being held up at gunpoint while going to the castle. Why? You signed a freaking peace treaty with these dudes. Do not hold them up at gunpoint. That's just rude. And secondly, though, having the aircraft carrier with them whenever they get to South America is probably going to be useful. I feel like by that point, Senku is going to win over Xeno somehow, some way. And then Xeno can convince the rest of his team, hey, we're helping Senku build a rocket to the moon. We need the aircraft carrier. We're all on the same team now. Hurrah! Maybe not, but possibly. And, having the aircraft carrier nearby is definitely going to be helpful. Anyway, then Matsukaze passes out, or pretends to at least. Because let's not forget, he was shot! You remember that, right? It was like I feel like a long time ago now. Maybe not even 5 chapters ago. He was shot, and they are still making him, march back to the castle. Why? Do you have no empathy in your bones? Are you people truly that heartless? Also, where's Mose? I haven't seen Mose in a while, though Ginro says Ginro is the only one missing, so maybe Mose is just in the background. I'm not seeing him. Curious about that. Anyway, so Matsukaze pretended to be more sick than he is, and, convinced the rest of them, talk up, say I'm really bad, say I'm really ill, say I'm dying. So they would carry him back to the boat, and he'd go to the sickbay so he could go look for Ginro. Though, once again, these people just proved to be so utterly heartless. If he dies, we'll toss him overboard. If not, he's a hostage we can use against the Junior Science Brigade. Okay, Stanley, I really have a bone to pick with you right here. Junior Science Brigade. Are you forgetting that these people have outmatched you every step of the way? As of a chapter ago, you still thought Senku was dead. He managed to survive being shot by you, the world's greatest sniper, which I think I can actually say that right now, since there are not a whole lot of other snipers out in the world. He managed to kidnap your leader. He beat your ace pilot in a dogfight in a plane that he basically had to rebuild after being shot on an aircraft carrier that he also had to arrange to build after being shot. Yeah, they are not the Junior Science Brigade. They are better than you, Stanley, and you better start giving them some freaking respect. Anyway, then Matsukaze escapes to go search for Ginro. When I've seen this before, but I do just absolutely love the little detail of the metal rods in the ground that are actually part of the floorboards to restrain the pactors and the barrels and all that so they don't go flying everywhere when the waves hit the boat. It's just such a small detail, but I absolutely love it. Anyway, thankfully, Matsukaze finds Ginro, and he's like, my lord, clearly you plan to infiltrate the enemy base and obtain some valuable information as a spy. I am so proud to serve you. And Ginro's like, yeah, sure, that's what I was doing, but, I've reached the limit of my bravery, my amazing bravery here, so we should probably get out of here. At which point, Matsukaze collapses on the ground, because let's not forget, he's been shot! Again, so is Mose, so where the heck is he at right now? Great shot of the aircraft carrier going through the water, and, okay, they somehow managed to get both planes on it, and I'm fairly certain those gun turrets are new! Okay, yeah, I'm just noticing that for the first time. Okay, so, yeah. So, yeah, Stanley, you definitely have my respect. Your team's able to work remarkably fast, and put on some very impressive upgrades to the ship. They feel a little overkill to me. Just saying, I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen when you eventually meet up with Senku, but I don't think you're going to need all that firepower. So I suppose it's possible there is another city waiting for them in South America, maybe, having the firepower, the military-style ship will be enough to win Senku the war? Maybe, just want to throw it out there. Anyway, then they interrogate Matsukaze, and I do just love this little drawing they have, which I mocked it at first, but looking at it now, it's actually a surprisingly good representation of the Earth and Senku and the boat, so good for you. I'm actually kind of impressed there. Though I am, again, very curious about the language difference here. I mean, it's Ishigami Village and Treasure Island. They apparently speak some sort of mixture of English and Japanese, so how much of this are they actually understanding? How much are they able to talk back and forth? Very, very curious. Anyway, then Stanley puts his gun up Matsukaze's face and is like, no matter what happens, I will not betray my master. I will not give up. Nothing will make me speak. My lord, please stay hidden. At which point, Ginro just pops out and immediately spoils all their plans. And it's revealed that the gun was actually just a lighter, which, okay, I have a lot of questions about that, because that looks a whole lot like the gun he used to shoot Matsukaze a few chapters back. Does it also have a lighter feature, while at the same time being a gun? Or is it the case where he has a gun and a lighter that looks exactly like his gun? Because that feels like a very, very stupid thing to have. And Matsukaze just looks so defeated right here, I love it. Also, Ginro, you have been on this boat for 3 months. At no point did Senku ever show you a map. Couldn't you just remember the map and say, oh, they're going to Canada. Yeah, they're going to Canada, up north. We should go up north. Oh, come on. I doubt they would have believed you, but maybe that could have, delayed them at least a little bit. Anyway, then back to Senku and Xeno and get this freaking amazing, gorgeous, beautiful, fantastic shot. Oh my god, I love it. As Xeno with the moon behind him, the darkness of the sky overlapping him, consuming the chair beneath him. Even the spots in his pants look like they could be stars. It's such an amazing shot, and I freaking love it. Anyway, yeah, so Xeno already knows that there's someone on the moon, which I feel like he should. I mean, there were those, huge radio waves coming down from the moon. If Senku was able to figure out with his limited technology, I'm sure Xeno did. And, there might be the case that Xeno actually knows more about this than Senku does, just because he knew more thousands of years ago. He worked for freaking NASA. If there was somebody, something, some organization that was currently on the moon, he would know about it. And he seems to be, in a very creepy way, asking for some sort of alliance with Senku, where they're going to work together to figure out the secrets behind the Medusa. And so it's time to do the math. Time for each side to reveal what they know to the other, and hopefully together they can find out more. Together they can put together the clues and figure out something about the truth behind all of this. The Y-Man, the moon base, the petrification, why it happened, what was the cause of it. I mean, I've been saying for a long time, I think Xeno knows something about it. Either he worked with or he heard rumors of some scientist who was trying to do X, and because of that, now he's able to put it all together and realize that that person was responsible for the petrification beam, or he was part of an organization that was responsible for it, or there was something on the moon that he's aware of. Something! Wow, I did not breathe for quite a while there. Okay, so yeah, I and a lot of other people online are super excited for the next chapter, because it seems like we're finally gonna get some answers, some secret revealed about the Y-Man, the moon, all of this, and I'm just so excited for that. I mean, hopefully, Senku's able to fill in some holes for Xeno, too. I mean, if it's just Xeno giving info dump, that'll be, interesting, because I really want those answers, but ultimately it'll feel a little boring. But if Senku's able to fill in some blanks, able to explain some things that even Xeno hasn't figured out yet, together they can come to much better, much more interesting solutions. Things that neither Xeno or Senku were able to figure out on their own. And, while they're doing that, Stanley and his merry band of soldiers are chasing after them. With Ginro and Matsukaze in tow. I love that. Actually, I do want to compliment someone, I can't remember the name right now, in the comment section last video, who had this theory that Ginro was hiding in the speedboat, which Stanley was going to take and chase after them, and then it would be Ginro and Stanley on the trip together. That was mostly right. I mean, I certainly wasn't expecting them to take the whole freaking aircraft carrier, let alone with the planes, and add gun turrets to it. But that theory definitely had the major points. Ginro and Stanley are both on the boat, both chasing after Senku, and it's going to be very exciting to see how they interact moving forward. So yeah, fun chapter. Happy to see that Jinro's disappearance actually led to something important. Mainly him ratting out Senku, which is, please, Senku, give Ginro a map next time so we can lead the enemy away from you. But please, let me know all down below. What do you think those answers are going to be? What does Xeno know? Does he know things that he's figured out with his own science, or things that he heard about, things that he learned before all this started? He certainly has some answers about the stone, their composition, what they're made of. He was able to do a whole bunch of scientific tests on them before he was turned to stone, so he might be able to fill in some blanks for Senku on that as well. Very curious. And what's going to happen when they get to South America? I was debating that quite a bit in the comment section with other people. If the petrification beam was launched from the ground in South America, there could certainly be a collection of people there who know something about it, who were part of the cult or whatever, that were responsible for doing it. Maybe they even set up like a safety bunker for themselves underground, which will survive thousands of years being petrified until they eventually wake up. Maybe they even set up a system to wake themselves up after a few thousand years, and they already have a city up and running with more modern technology than even Xeno has. Definitely interesting to see how Senku and Xeno face something like that. I mean, my own theory, at least right now, is, they've done the whole encountering a more advanced civilization. They've done the whole encountering a less advanced civilization. I think what they're going to do here is they're going to wake up somebody who's going to be, all friendly and nice and try to get along with them and help them out. And then over time, it's going to slowly reveal that he's a spy, a traitor, working for the Y-Man. And he's going to try and, kill them, repetrify them, lead them into a trap, something. At least that's what I think is going to happen. But let me know all down below. Be sure to like, subscribe to this video. And until then...
Peace.